Right, I'm Mark Trotter from University of New England. I'm a senior lecturer in precision agriculture up there, and I'm currently at the 2015 BCG Sheep Management Showcase. And I've been talking about a couple of things here today. We've actually got some trials running over at Ouyen, where we're GPS tracking sheep, looking at the utilisation of paddocks, different parts of the paddock, and particularly how they use the more vulnerable sandy soil areas. And found some really interesting results where we see sheep preferentially grazing those lighter soils early on in the rotation, but then moving on to utilise the rest of the paddock more evenly later into the rotation. But also some really interesting behavioural changes and how they're actually using the paddock as it runs out of feed. So obviously they're picking up a lot of spilt grain across the paddock, and as that spilt grain runs out, we think they have to change their grazing behaviour, particularly their time spent grazing decreases, and we suspect that may become a really good signal for producers once we get real-time tracking systems that allow us to watch the sheep remotely from home on a smartphone or something like that. Give us a signal that data will give us the signal to know when we should be moving sheep out of that paddock. Some of the other stuff I've been talking about is some of the future technologies coming in, so things like virtual fencing, where we actually control where animals are allowed to graze in a paddock remotely, electronic devices on them. And I think there's tremendous potential for that down here, where we can actually move sheep off areas that might be getting overgrazed and getting low ground cover, move them onto other areas that they may not have grazed yet. So a lot of potential for the technologies down here in the Mallee. This is one of my first visits down here, so really looking forward to getting around and seeing some of the country over the next couple of days.